Good morning and welcome to today's Friday ramble. And I've just come back from a ramble down the country lanes. It's the most glorious autumn morning this morning, so I thought I'd be adventurous and stand out in the garden and talk to you this morning. I hope you've had a good week. We've certainly had a very good week at St Mary's. For last Sunday, Harvest Sunday, we had our first choral evensong in over 6 months, which was really good. We took up the whole of the north aisle of the church in order to be social distanced, and there were about 16 or 17 people in the congregation, which was amazing really, and it was a really good affair. We sang good old Stamford in B flat and Morris Green's Thou Visitest the Earth, but I thought the choir did really well, and it was just so lovely to hear music again. And I hope this is just the start of a continuing process as we, fingers crossed, gradually get back to normal, although I realise there are still quite a lot of hurdles along the way. This coming Sunday we have an online service as ever, which has been prepared for you, and if you're coming to church, to St Mary's, it's 10:30, not 11 o'clock now, 10:30, excuse me. So, little treat this week. I thought I'd be even more indulgent than normal and offer you 2 pieces of music, one choral and one instrumental. So starting off with a choral piece, and I'm just really thinking through pieces which have meant something to me over the years or that I've really enjoyed. And a composer that's very dear to my heart is Henry Purcell, one of England's greatest composers. I think he became organist at Westminster Abbey when he was about 18. I mean, extraordinary talent. Anyway, he wrote a lot of music, well, every genre, but he wrote a lot of music for the church. But interestingly enough, he only wrote 2 motets in Latin. Now, part of this was because he worked for quite a while at the Chapel Royal, was related to the Chapel Royal and obviously Westminster Abbey as well. And at the time that he lived, all the music would have been in the vernacular rather than in Latin. So it might be that this piece that I'm going to talk about might have been written for somewhere else. But anyway, whatever. It is one of his greatest anthems. It's a paraphrase of Psalm 3, Jehovah quam multi sunt hostes mei. It's the most dramatic piece. It's contrasting solos and choruses. It's almost like antiphonal speech and dialogue and response. And it reflects, harmonically, it reflects sort of very Italian influence, a sort of Italian opera of the time, that sort of influence, quite bold, striking harmonies, and very, very dramatic. And there's a lovely bass solo, sort of 2/3 of the way through, which finishes off Confregisti, and it goes down to a bottom E. And that was always good fun to listen to the basses, to hear the bass soloists, see whether they could make it all right at that point. But it's a really dramatic piece, and I just love it. So I thought, if you don't know it, it's a good one to listen to. So I'm pointing you to a version on YouTube that has the music with it as well, so you can follow it as well. So I hope you enjoy it. Great piece. Now, for my second choice, I couldn't let this week go past without noticing that yesterday, are we the 9th today? Yes, so the 8th of October, yesterday was the 150th birthday of the French organist and composer Louis Vierne. 150, not bad, he's still looking okay. He was an extraordinary talent also. I gather he showed talent at the piano when he was about 2. He was played a Schubert lullaby or something, and he was able to play it back, age 2. He had some congenital disease in his eyes, so he was never very good at seeing. He was almost blind. But he became the most amazing organist. He was the assistant to Widor for a while at one of the Parisian churches, and then in 1900 he became the organist, titular organist at Notre Dame in Paris, where he presided over the grand organ for 37, 38 years, something like that. He gave millions of recitals all over the place, and he did travel a lot. He went to the US to perform as well. He was quite amazing. And when he died in 1937, he actually died at the console. He was performing some improvisations and he died at the console, which is what he always wanted to do in a sort of morbid way. And Duruflé, the great French composer Maurice Duruflé, was by his side in the organ loft when Vienne died. Anyway, Vienne, I was going to suggest to you listen to the Messe Solennelle, which is an extraordinary piece, which we used to do at Salisbury quite a lot, just brilliant, worth a listen. But his organ works are what he's particularly famed for. He wrote 6 organ symphonies, and I thought, just for fun for today, what's my favourite? I suppose the most well-known is the finale to the First Symphony, but I think my favourite piece ever of Vienne is the final movement of the 6th Symphony, the final movement of the 6th Symphony. And I found a recording on YouTube by Fred Tiedo, who's a brilliant organist, American organist, and it's on the old organ at St Thomas's, 5th Avenue. And the extraordinary thing, as you'll see, is he plays the whole piece from memory. Not only does he play it brilliantly, but he plays it from memory. Some people have so much talent, it is not fair. Anyway, enjoy it. Louis Vienne, final movement of Symphony 6. So, 2 treats for you today. I hope you enjoy them both. I'm going to pop inside now because there's a couple of guys over here, and if I start singing out here, a couple of walkers walking down the lane here, I'll be embarrassed, and so will they probably. So I'm popping inside. See you in a moment. Here we are now in the warmth and comfort of my study. So, are you ready for a couple of simple warm-up exercises just to get you going for the day? As always, just to remind you to sit up straight. Here am I slouching while I'm telling you that. So sitting up straight, nice straight back, feet on the floor, or if you're standing up, feet width, shoulder width apart, don't lock your knees, nice and relaxed, okay? So how about today, shall we do our yas? Ya, 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 ya. Okay, off you go. Ya, 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 ya. Ya, 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 ya. Ya, 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 ya. Really work at that ya. Ya, 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 ya. Excuse me. Ya, 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 ya. Ya, 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 ya. Ya, 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 ya. One more. Ya, 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 ya. Okay, let's go down some quite quickly, just to me going me, 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 me. Okay, 3, 4. Me, 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 me. 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 I'll try that one to mommy. Mommy, 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 mommy. 3, 4. Mommy, 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 mommy. Mommy, 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 mommy. Mommy, 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 mommy. Mommy, 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 mommy. Good. And let's see what we did last week, which was quite fun. Just going and doing that 3 times. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. So okay, here we go. And then E. On your own to E. Last one, E. And we'll finish just with a few scales, just down to R. 3, 4. quit while we're ahead. Hope that was good for you. Hope that just got your vocal cords going and got you a little bit warmed up. For some of you, I will see you tonight at choir practice. For others, I hope to see you soon. We really hope that it won't be too long before we can get back to come and sing. But fingers crossed, we just have to get this virus a little bit more under control. But hope to see you soon. Until then, take care.